Please welcome Colton Haynes to the Tam Fam.
Good to see you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I am so proud of you for this book. It seems odd to say congratulations because it is so emotional and tough, and I understand. I read a quote where you said, writing this book, 2.5 years it took you, and the quote was, you said it was mental warfare. It gave me chills when I heard you said that.
It was the hardest thing I've ever done because I've had to unpack trauma that I hadn't unpacked my whole life.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that I did because once I took a step back from the book and actually was able to read it again and see the beauty and the heart and the soul that I put into it, it
You're
really...
only 33 though.
Yeah.
33, why now?
I went to a convention in Kentucky and this young queer kid came up to me and really started crying and said that hearing my story had helped them come out. And I realized in that moment that I was like living in the shadows because I was embarrassed of what I went through. And I was like, really, I always say I was like living for the weeds instead of like focusing on the flowers. And so once I realized I could really take my story and try to help other people, that's where my focus went. And that's where my love and heart went into this book. And oh, I'm so proud. Yeah, I'm so proud.
You should be so proud of it. You paused when you said, I'm so proud, and you
I
paused.
caught myself. I was like, yeah.
I mean, you just did something, because the whole point of this show is I'm proud of me, and you said, I'm so proud, and then you pulled back saying, I'm so proud of myself. Why did you pull it back?
It's hard for me to say that, you know, because I think I really created this character around my life, and I was in the closet once I moved back into LA after being out in high school. And then, to be proud of myself now is because with this book, it's 100% me. I wasn't censored in this book. I got to talk about a lot of things that went on in my childhood that really were damaging for me. And I got to talk about certain things that really now have shaped me into the person that I am today, so.
You know, your story as it relates to what you said coming out was one of the most fascinating that I'd read. You were 14 years old when you shared with people that you were gay. Yeah. You went to your prom with another boy, another guy at the time, high school boyfriend. And then once you went to Hollywood, you started to hide that you were gay, which is so fascinating. Think about a 14-year-old kid able to say it, but then Hollywood and the machine tells you you have to hide it.
Yeah, I moved to LA, and from basically the second I had arrived, I was told that every single thing I was not going to be wanted here. And basically, if I didn't change to match the way that my face looked because of my jawline and my haircut, I guess, I wasn't gonna make it, and I wasn't gonna have an opportunity to live my dreams. And so I then went into movement for the actor classes, and I went into a speech therapy class to fix my lisp and put, things under my tongue to fix my lisp and things like that. And then really molded myself to fix the problems, which now I know are not problems, they're my superpowers, but, just to fit into this dream that I wanted to live. But now I get to look at it with different, I always feel my whole life that I've been seen through the lens of other people. And
right,
so
you wrote that in the book, that you were always looking at yourself the way others saw you. I mean, when we were looking back at your career, the modeling, all of it, you weren't seeing yourself.
I was being whoever you wanted me to be, because for me, once I realized and was basically told that my only currency in life was because I was beautiful or because of the way I looked, I used that to then, I believed that. And so all the other qualities of me.
Your heart, your integrity, all of these things about you.
Yeah, and my sensitivity and my passion for things. And I just put all that on hold and, used whatever currency that I had. And then until
it sounds like you're a robot, right? It sounds like you were put in this world and they said, because we hear women say that, right? The physicality, and I was only used for the way I look, but rarely do you hear men talk about this. And there you were, this obviously successful actor, building this career, handsome guy, but you felt like they just wanted you to be a robot, a face.
I've always struggled with confidence, with my life because when I was that character, when I was that person that everyone wanted, and when I was having a moment, those were great feelings. But once I realized that that's not me, I was acting 24/7, and once I kind of stepped back away from that character, I started to unpack who I really was, and started to feel a lot better.
Face it.
Yeah,
You faced a
yeah.
lot of things.